as HR professionals, we really owe it to ourselves and to our stakeholders to focus a lot of our time and attention on the employee experience.
Hi, it's John Bernatovich, your host of the HR Like a Boss podcast. Welcome to Season 3. I've embarked on a journey to get to know amazingly awesome HR and business professionals with the hope of finding what it takes to do HR like a boss. If you like the show, please like, subscribe, and share with a friend. Hello and welcome to a special edition of the HR Like a Boss podcast. Super excited to be partnering with the NOHRC conference. It's coming later in May. We'll give you a chance to meet up with our two incredibly special guests, Erin Hlavin, who is the co-chair of NOHRC, and Anna Gibson, the chair of NOHRC 2023. Welcome to the HR Like a Boss podcast.
Thanks, John. Happy to be here.
Thank you.
I know it's probably weird having two people on. We're recording this through Zoom. The timing of it all is a little bit here and there, but we'll do our best to make sure we get Erin and Anna to showcase their great backgrounds in HR. At the same time, give them an opportunity to tell us all about NOHRC. NOHRC has meant so much to so many people. For those that are hearing this word, maybe you're not from Northern Ohio, it is the go-to #1 HR conference, the northern part of the state of Ohio. And it's been an incredible conference that's been a showcase event for Cleveland SHRM, the largest SHRM chapter in Northeast Ohio, and one of the great chapters in the state as well as in the country, consistently recognized for their leadership and their support of the HR profession. And NOHRC is such a great way for individuals to meet up with like-minded professionals, to learn and have fellowship, and also get a chance to get some insights from thought leaders. And I'm sure we'll talk about all that throughout today's show. But for those that were wondering, what the heck is NOHRC? What is Northern Ohio HR Conference? It is the thing to do and to be at. And we'll give you details on how to sign up for it in a few minutes and the dates of it coming up here in a second. How would you describe the purpose of human resources?
Yeah, so regardless of your business industry, the success hinges on the ability of others to do the job that we pay them to do. So whether it's putting quality products in a box, writing software code, fixing equipment, or solving complex problems, training and teaching, this is all dependent on our organization's employees. So HR's purpose is to care just about as much about those people as the product that's being produced. To understand the bottom line, as well as how everyone helps cross that finish line together for success. In HR, we're also risk managers. We're the conscience of the business, walking a tightrope to find the balance between what's right for our employees and for the business, and hoping that on most days it's the same thing. Our shared purpose of being the champions of people and culture with an element of that service leadership rolled into it. After all, most people in HR are people. And then last but certainly not least, we're all collaborators and communicators responsible for the employee experience.
Now, Erin, I want to give you a chance to share a little bit. I know you mentioned in your intro your history, not only professionally, but also in volunteering within the Cleveland SHRM organization. Would you mind telling me a little bit about the impact that has had on you both personally and professionally?
Absolutely. So professionally, it's definitely provided me an opportunity to learn from other HR professionals at all different stages of their careers. It's grown my network, my professional network exponentially, and helped with my own personal career growth. And then on the personal side, I've been able to afforded the opportunity to have a leadership role outside of my day job, which has been challenging but fun also. And it's been really cool to work on the different variations of NOHRC. You know, as Anna mentioned, we've gone through different iterations and kind of see how those have all been differently presented, from the large scale to now the smaller scale. And then even through the virtual year where we put on the virtual conference and kind of blazed that trail a little bit and ended up putting on a fantastic conference. The other great thing about volunteering for Cleveland SHRM and specifically my experience with NOHRC, it allows for balance with your life. It's a funny coincidence. I'm planning a wedding this year, and several other members I know have had similar experiences planning weddings, having babies. And, it's cool that volunteering for NOHRC allows for that. You are able to meet that expectation of time commitment and balance work, life, and volunteering. So it's been a really positive experience.
I would like to officially give the plug for NOHRC. Drum roll, Anna. We hope that you join Anna and Erin at NOHRC HR Hit Reset Speaker Series. Mark your calendars. Get it out. I'll give you a second. May 18th and May 24th. You get to hear from industry experts on the latest HR trends and strategies. And do not miss out on this opportunity to network and elevate your career. You can register now at clevelandshirm.com. I'll spell it out. It's CLEVELANDSHRM.com. I almost screwed that up. And for those of you attending on May 24th, quick plug for HR Like a Boss. I hope you stop by our booth. We will be doing some live podcasting, first ever at NOHRC in the 56-year history, unless there was podcast back in, let me do the math, 1981. Was anybody doing podcasts in 81, Anna? And tell us all about your amazingly awesome HR experiences. We'll get a chance to interview attendees, some of the sponsors, some of the speakers. And this is a series that we're going to be doing on this live podcast every week leading up into NOHRC on May 18th and May 24th. Why is it so important from your perspective to network when you're in the field of human resources?
So networking is important for several different reasons. The first being that it allows HR professionals to connect with peers, industry leaders that provide valuable insight, knowledge, and best practices. It's a great way to meet others that are doing the same thing that you are. If you're only working with the people inside your walls, sometimes it gets stagnant. These connections help stay up to date on the latest trends, developments in the industry. Also provides opportunities, as we mentioned earlier, for mentorship and career growth. I know for me personally, some of the best ideas I've gotten is from folks that are in my network, people I've met at networking events, vendors I've met at networking events. You can't get that if you don't get out and do those things. The other benefit for networking is for your company, really, to be able to showcase your company and attract potential job candidates. If you get a strong reputation or build a strong reputation for your company within the industry and or your community, you're able to attract top talent to positions with your company as a desirable place to work.
And Anna, I'm just so curious why you think employee engagement matters so much these days, and what are some things that you're doing about it and that the HR profession should glean from your expertise?
Well, unless you're a solo practitioner with no staff, there's always going to be an interaction between people, business shareholders, our leadership, and the employees. So it's really fundamental to the employee experience to be focused on that engagement piece. And so as HR professionals, if we're focusing on our company's culture, a critical part of that is always going to hinge on the employee engagement. So what does that really mean to our organizations, though? It's important to have that connection and purpose driving our work. Like, as humans, we need that sense of purpose. According to Gallup's State of the Global Workplace 2022 report, low engagement alone costs the global economy $7.8 trillion. That's trillion with a T. So the relationship between our personal well-being and engagement in the workforce is so vital, because our well-being is influenced by our work experience, which impacts our outside life, which impacts our work life. I mean, it's all connected. So if people are spending, 90,000 give or take hours of their lifetime at work, we owe it to our employees to capitalize on that and make the most out of the experience. Breaking down those numbers a little bit, you're looking at like a third of your time ever at work. So if an employee isn't engaged, then they're going to go someplace else and spend time someplace else. We want to make sure that they're in tune with our culture, and that what the work that they do is meaningful, where people are given an opportunity to develop, grow, and thrive. So as HR professionals, we really owe it to ourselves and to our stakeholders to focus a lot of our time and attention on the employee experience.
How would you describe someone that does HR like a boss?
Well, I haven't read your book yet, John, but I did read up a little bit about what like a boss means. So the Cambridge Dictionary says that like a boss is an idiom used to say that someone does something very well. And don't we all want to do things very well? Of course we do. So in order to do amazingly awesome HR, John, we really need to be the people that people look up to. We want to be the HR pros with rock star status. To be like a boss, you're being an impactful decision maker, an active listener, an authentic leader, and an adaptable change agent. So when we focus on those plus other skills like being collaborative and really honing in on our strategic execution of all things people, and maybe on the side, really loving HR in the first place, because if we weren't all passionate about what we did, we wouldn't be here. To me, that's someone who does HR like a boss.
Amazingly awesome. Erin, what do you have to say? How you follow that dropping the mic by Anna?
I know, I feel like she should just end it there, but to me, a little bit more simple, but if you do HR like a boss, you do it with confidence and you're proud of your craft.
I cannot tell you how excited I am for both of you for passing the podcast test. You did it. That was awesome. Great job. And we did our NOHRC plug okay. Is there anything else you want to say? When were the dates again, Anna?
May 18th and 24th. And that venue has free parking.
Let's go for free parking. If you were on the fence, now you just closed them down, Anna. And again, clevelandshrm.com. You can go and register for either one of the days or both. Again, May 18th, May 24th. Anna and Erin, thank you so much for being on the HR Like a Boss podcast.
Thank you again, John, so much for inviting us. It was a pleasure to be here.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for listening to the HR Like a Boss podcast. If it resonates with you, please leave a rating or review. Or better yet, subscribe and share with a friend. Until next time, let's continue to aspire to do amazingly awesome HR.